Welcome in, everybody, to Watertown High School as we get ready for this non-district matchup between the Upperman Bees and the Watertown Purple Tigers, and a big non-district matchup between two of the best teams in the state of Tennessee in baseball. Number 6 in Class 3A, the Upperman Bees taking on number 2 in 2A in the Watertown Purple Tigers. Upperman 14-8 on the year, winners of 3 in a row. They have been scoring a lot of runs in the last 3 games. 10-0 victory against Gordonsville, 13-0 and 10-0 victories against Cumberland County Monday and Tuesday in district play. Same can be said for Watertown. They're 16-4. They have also won 3 in a row. Not as dominant, but still pretty good, beating a good Cannon County team 6-3 on Saturday, and then Jackson County and Monterey Monday and Tuesday respectively, 10-0 and 8-4. Both these teams 3-0 records in the last 3 games. Both these teams throwing some young guys on the mound as well. It'll be Noah Murphy, who hasn't pitched a ton this season for Watertown. On the other side, it'll be Chris Worsing for the Bees.
Yeah, it's trial by fire for both of these young pitchers, neither one of them with a ton of innings on the mound so far this year, and it's exactly why you put a game like this on the schedule for both programs. Both of these programs have won a lot of games over the last couple of years, and if you're from Upperman's perspective, Watertown, a great team. It's a little bit closer to the area, a little bit closer to the Upper Cumberland. You don't have to travel out of state and travel that far to find them. And they're always going to put up a good fight. It's a team that expects to compete for a state championship this year in 2A. And then across the way in Upperman, you're expecting to get back to the state championship for the 3rd game in a row. So it should be a fun one tonight.
This pregame show brought to you by the Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate. Our broadcast is presented by Nick's Restaurant and the South Willow Auto Clinic. For the Bees, the Swallows Insurance starting lineup: Evan Huddleston, Justin Fallon, Kane Shanks, the top 3 in the lineup today. We'll get through the rest of it as they come up.
Center fielder number 24, Evan Huddleston.
I mentioned on the mound, it'll be Noah Murphy. Last time out, it was against Station Camp last Monday. He went 2 innings, didn't give up a hit. He did give up 1 earned run, a walk, and no strikeouts in just the short amount of time in relief against a good Station Camp team who Upperman will see next weekend. There's a called strike to get this ball game underway. Evan Huddleston has been in that first spot in the lineup for the last few ball games. The 0-1 swung on and missed, and it's 0-2.
Well, and this is a good test for him to see if he's really a good fit for that leadoff spot. He's had some really good games against Gordonsville and the 2 against Cumberland County. A little bit of a step up in competition today with Watertown.
Yeah, Watertown, the number 2 team in 2A. According to the Tennessee Baseball Coaches Association, the breaking ball drops in for a called strike 3, and it's a backward skate to open up the game for Murphy on the mound.
Yeah, that's just a nasty 0-2 off-speed pitch there from Murphy as he just hits the inside corner, was able to put it exactly where he wanted it, and froze Huddleston. So, again, a little bit of a step up in competition today for Upperman from the last 3 games, but a good pitch there by Murphy.
And keep those comments coming along. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Make sure you give us a like and give us a share as well. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You can like the stream on there as well. And we appreciate you, YouTube and Facebook today. Justin Fallon at the plate, fouled off the first pitch. It's 0-1. And Murphy, he's been in the zone early on. First 4 pitches have all been in the zone. Murphy rocks and fires the 0-1. This one swung on, drilled out to left field, and that'll be down for a base hit for Justin Fallon. A runner aboard with 1 gone here in the top of the first for the Bees.
For Upperman, shortstop number 1, Caden Shanks.
So Fallon with a good amount of speed over there at first base, and Kane Shanks, who's been hitting the ball really well all season long, and really in the last week or so. 2 triples against Cumberland County earlier this week. That breaking ball will miss high and away. It's 1-0.
Yeah, it seems like every time Shanks hits one into the gap, you pretty much can already assume he's going to go for the triple. He's owns the program record for a reason. He's got a lot of speed in that 3-hole spot, so you've got to be quick to get that ball back into the infield.
He's got 3 triples in the last 3 games, 2 of those coming on Monday. And, of course, he threw the no-hitter on Tuesday in 5 innings against Cumberland County. Hit a batter and walked a batter in the process. 2-0 misses high, and it goes to 3-0 on Shanks at the plate. Fallon with a good amount of speed over there at first after cranking one into the left field. Found the grass out there. He's over at first base. 3-0 misses, and that'll be a walk. It'll be first and second now for the Bees, and the cleanup batter, and Chris Worsing coming to the plate. So 2 base runners aboard after a backwards K by the leadoff batter at Evan Huddleston. And Worsing, who he's been one of the most consistent hitters all season long, will step to the plate here. And now we're going to have an early mound visit.
And Worsing's been really, really aggressive lately, early in counts. When he's seen something he's liked that's gotten him out of the plate, he's made sure not to miss it. He's been a base hit machine. Hasn't hit for a ton of power, hasn't got a ton of extra base hits, but he's done a good job of putting the ball in play with authority and at least having productive ABs, especially as a freshman.
Worsing now second on the team in batting, 415. Justin Fallon actually jumped him because of the way Justin Fallon has been hitting the ball in the last 3 games. Fallon 667 in the last 3 games, has jumped all the way up to 417 on the season.
Those numbers good?
They're pretty solid.
Gotcha.
It's an early visit with Murphy on the mound. They're going to make sure he's good to go. He had a really good start against Huddleston, gave up the hit to Fallon, and then just could not find the zone against Shanks. And so it'll be the freshman Worsing to try to get some early damage here for the Bees in the top of the first.
Well, I'm sure a lot of that meeting there is just to settle the nerves a little bit. Obviously, starting against a really good 3A team in Upperman. That's a lot to ask any freshman, but he looked good early in the Huddleston at bat. Just got to get a little bit under control.
Now one misses low, gets away from the catcher Chase Young. Both runners will advance up to second and third. Still just one out in the inning. So now Worsing has an opportunity to play 2 with a base hit.
Well, and I feel like now is when you can really be aggressive because you know that Murphy doesn't want to walk the bases loaded and he doesn't want to put himself in that scenario with Alec Wilson on deck. So you might get something good to hit here.
Comes the 1-0. Breaking ball, miss away, and it's 2-0.
Geez, from our perspective, you could see how much movement was on that ball. That ball looked like it was going to break over the middle of the plate, and then in the last second just dives into the left-handed batter's box there. A lot of movement on Murphy's off-speed.
They got Huddleston looking at it for the leadoff out. Fastball, outside corner, a called strike. Finally got one across. He needed that one. It was 6 straight balls before that pitch right there. Now he finally gets a strike across. 1 gone in the inning, and runners on second and third for the Bees. That one spiked in the dirt. Nice block behind by Young, and it's 3-1.
And now if you're Worsing, I think that you're looking for that ball in a very particular spot. Now you're being very, very selective because, at the worst case, you end up with strike 2, but you don't want to run to an out here.
Breaking ball, called strike. And it goes to 3-2. Worsing thought he was going to take a trot down to first. Instead, it's going to be a full count. Goose is out in Smith County today. Monterey-Smith County, a district game out there. This one hit left side of the infield, and that'll be through. Fallon will score. Shanks takes a peek at it, makes his way up to third. It's cut by the third baseman. And an RBI single for Chris Worsing scores the first run of the game for the Bees.
Helps himself in the cause as well, gives himself an early 1-0 lead. And again, Worsing hasn't hit for a ton of power this year, but he also knows that's not necessarily his role. He's done a good job of just barreling up the ball enough to get it through the infield there. Again, gets just enough of the barrel to the ball there to hit it past the third baseman, gets the run in from third. Now a chance for a bigger inning. You'd really use another good swing here from Alec Wilson.
15 runs batted in on the season now for the freshman. Alec Wilson at the plate with runners on the corners. Worsing goes. That'll be a domino stolen base for him down to second. And now runners in scoring position again, 2 of them for Alec Wilson. Wilson was in a few of these positions against Cumberland County on Tuesday, was able to cash in on them. That breaking ball misses away. Young able to stay in front, and it's 2-0.
Another bigger backstop here for Watertown, so it's one of those where you're Caden Shanks on third. Young has got to do a good job of blocking that ball and keeping it in front of him because if it gets through Caden Shanks' speed, it's going to be really hard to nail him at the plate.
Comes the 2-0. Right side. That is a fair ball. Shanks is going to score. They're going to send Worsing around third. Here comes the throw from Kwame C. He just throws it to second, and it's a 2-run single for Alec Wilson. It barely got over the first base bag, and it's a 3-0 start for the Bees.
And a really nice, easy swing by Alec Wilson. Just kind of pokes that one down the first base line and keeps it just fair, gets the 2 runs in, and it's an early 3-0 lead for Upperman. You're feeling really, really good right now if you're down there in that visitor's dugout.
And Coach Purvis is going to come out and have a conversation with the home plate umpire asking where that crossed the bag at. Obviously, it's got to go over the bag to be a fair ball. He immediately said it was a fair ball after it crossed. Mm-hmm. He's got a better angle at it than we do. It was definitely close, and it was also tailing away. He kind of hit it off the end of the bat. So the spin was taking it towards foul territory. But it is a fair ball. It scores 2, and it's a 3-0 start for the Bees, and Alec Wilson stands on first. Juju Yano coming to the plate. He swings first pitch right at the second baseman, and it is caught on the fly by Bo Price for the second out of the inning. Juju Yano been struggling a little bit at the plate. Man, he has been good on the mound. Shoop, he's been swinging it well last few games.
Even stole a base on Monday.
He did. Watches that first one fall in there. Last 3 games for Shoop, 600 batting average. 6 hits, 1 double, 1 run driven in. Swings at that one, and the high cheese got him.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot, Jacob, that for this Upperman team to get where they wanted to go, you really need that lower part of the lineup to start. I don't want to say pulling their weight, but you needed them to start hitting the ball a little bit better. Carson Shoop's been one of those bats that's really come to life these last 3 games. And the impressive thing is he's hitting the ball hard.
Flares this one out to shallow right. C charging, traps it. It drops for a base hit. And Alec Wilson will advance up to second. Just a tough spot for Kwame C, who does have a ton of speed, just couldn't get to that one. And Carson Shoop makes his way aboard with a single.
And again, I think that's the key to Carson Shoop and his development as a hitter has been, I think early in the season was trying to pull everything, was trying to hit it to the strong side. And now lately the approach that's worked for him has been working the ball more to center and trying to go the other way instead of trying to pull everything there. Again, just reaches out and pokes it, drops it into no man's land. C does a good job making the play there and at least keeping Alec Wilson at second, but a good job of just swinging easy by Carson Shoop.
Breaking ball swung on by rookie Allison, picked up at short and lost his footing. It was Bennett. Wilson had to slide back into third. No throw, and everybody's safe.
I'm going to turn to the baseball guru for that one, Jacob. How do you score that? Because
I think that's what they're talking about right in front of us as well.
I'm not so sure. It's one of those where I don't want to give a kid an error just because he lost his footing there, but I don't know how you give that a hit either because you feel like that's a relatively routine play.
Either way, it loads the bases now for Collier Bush, who's been swinging it pretty well in his few starts the last couple of weeks. 3-0 already for Upperman. They've got the bases loaded, 2 outs here in the top of the first. And the 9 batter at the plate. That one a called strike as it pops out of the glove of Young.
Yeah, Collier Bush been another catalyst in that lower part of the lineup. He's used his speed a lot on base. He's been aggressive out there. And again, he's swinging a really good bat, and a lot of it is going towards center field. So the longer he keeps that up, the more it's going to be harder to get him out of the lineup.
The breaking ball. Ooh. This is inside. It goes to 2-1. They did rule that a single for rookie Allison. Brain Green came on to run, so he's over at first base now, the courtesy runner. Collier Bush at the plate. The 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. It's 2-2.
That was a really tough 2-1 pitch or 1-1 pitch to not get for a strike there for Young. I thought that looked like that breaking ball absolutely clipped the inside part of the plate, but didn't get the call.
Called strike 3 there, able to get out of the inning. 3 runs come across for the Bees. They lead it 3-0. We head to the bottom of 1 with the Purple Tigers coming to the plate. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Chris Worsing, the freshman, takes the mound for the Upperman Bees and getting the start today. He's got a 2-0 record, his first start of the season coming today. He does have 5 appearances, a 4.32 ERA, and 11 1/3 innings pitched. He's got 9 strikeouts and 5 walks, a batting average of .325. against. So that number you would love to see come down here today, but this is a very, very good hitting Watertown Purple Tigers team. Again, winners of 3 in a row, 2 district games earlier this week, beat a good Cannon County team on Saturday, and that came after a loss to a very good Station Camp team, which Upperman will actually face next Saturday.
Yeah, the key to it is always going to be you've got to be in the zone early. You want to work ahead, and especially against a lineup like this, you can't afford to fall behind 2-0, 2-1, 3-1 in a count, because this is a lineup that will make you pay. It's a lineup that when they get runners in scoring position, especially when I saw them against Smith County earlier this year, anytime they had an opportunity to score, they were able to take advantage of it. They don't typically leave a lot of runners out there, so you've got to work ahead early if you're Worsing.
Defensive lineup is exactly the same as Monday, with obviously the exception of Chris Worsing on the mound and Juju Yano at second. That one eats up Wilson at first, and Kwame C will find his way aboard. It was a spinner that took a wild hop at first, and it'll be a base runner aboard for the Purple Tigers. Kwame C with a lot of speed, definitely a base stealing threat, so rookie Allison will have to be ready. Not too many people can steal bags on him. We'll see what C does.
Yeah,
Brett Price coming to the plate.
I would say there's not too many people that I don't think too many people that play in the Upper Cumberland have the kind of speed on the base paths that Kwame C does. He's got some really, really good speed out there, so you're going to have to make sure you keep him in check, but Rookie Allison with a great arm, it's going to be a great battle if he does run.
Worsing misses inside there. He thought it was a strike. It'll be 1-0. Worsing, a freshman, and been really all over the field. He's played second base. He's played in the outfield. He's played on the left side of the infield. Swings at this one, does Price. Opposite field. That's going to be down for a hit. Collier Bush is there and gets it in quickly. And now runners on first and second for Cyrus Bennett, the shortstop for the Purple Tigers.
Yeah, 2 of these first couple of pitches have just caught a little bit too much of the plate for Worsing, and Watertown's not missed them. So now you've got to deal with the middle of the order up and a couple guys on base. So you need to make some of your better pitchers here. Pitches, I should say.
Worsing going today. Wonder who we'll see on Saturday against a really good CPA team in Nashville. Showing bunt is Bennett. It's a really good one. Shoop, bare hands, tries to make a throw to first. It is in time. That's a really good throw by Carson Shoop and a good pick by Wilson at first for the out over at first. Good bunt as it moves both of the runners into scoring position at second and third.
Yeah, Carson Shoop with a really good defensive play there. We've seen a lot of his bat over the last week, but really, really impressive bare hand pick over there at third to get the out at first. It's a big out. Now if you're Upperman, I think if you get a ground ball, you're a little more willing to trade an out for a run here if it means you can get 2 outs.
C.J. Potter, the DH, and the cleanup batter comes to the plate. Second and third with one gone. Worsing trying to get out of it after allowing the first couple of base runners across. Good pick by Allison on an outside pitch that went in the dirt, and it's 1-0. 3 runs already across for the Bees. Worsing helped his own cause, like you said, back in that top half of the first. Comes home with a 1-0, misses outside. In the infield, it's Shoop at third, Shanks at short, Yano at second, and Wilson at first, all of their normal positions. With Worsing on the mound, Allison is behind the plate. Collier Bush in left. In center field is Evan Huddleston. And in right is Carson Holroyd. Breaking ball. Called strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Still no Justin Fallon defensively, but obviously he's hitting the ball just as well after missing a few games. We'll see if they're able to put him back in maybe Saturday or save him for Livingston Monday and Tuesday. A big District 7 AAA matchup there. That one misses away, and it's 3-1 now on C.J. Potter at the plate.
Yeah, it looks like Worsing trying to keep everything away from C.J. Potter, a hitter that, again, you miss on that inner third. He can really do some damage and make you pay. We saw him a couple times last year against Smith County, and he's got a really, really quick bat that he can get through the zone.
Worsing hitting 81 on the fastball, 72 on the curveball. Hits the outside corner just a little too far off. It'll be a walk. First walk issued by Worsing, and now the bases are loaded for the catcher and Chase Young.
Yeah, not the result you probably wanted there if you're Coach Shanks and Upperman, but the silver lining to that is now sets an out at every base. It sets up the double play a little bit better, and with the catcher up running, you'd like to imagine that if you can get a hard ground ball up to Shanks or Yano, you've got a chance to turn a double play here and get out of the inning with no harm done. 1
out in the inning, and now Worsing will work out of the windup with the bases loaded. Comes home with a fastball in the outside corner, misses away, and it's 1-0. He's been trying to work those outside parts of the plate. The zone's been pretty tight early on. Watertown 2A champions in 2022. This one, right side of the infield. Yano is there. They flip
out.
to second, and he is out. That's an inning-ending double play on the double off at second base. And you mentioned it, double play. Well, unconventional style, but it works out, and no runs come across for the Purple Tigers. It's 3-0 at the end of one. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Nick's Restaurant and the South Willow Auto Clinic on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseychevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret, with locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville. Delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
What an end to the bottom of the first there for the Bees. Had the bases loaded and just one out. A liner to Yano, who's able to make the catch. The quick flip to second to get Brett Price doubled off at second base. He was a little bit shaken up as well at second base. So we'll see if he's able to come back out. He is the left fielder. We'll see if he's able to make his way back out there. Looks like he is running back out there. So that is good to see. But a perfect end to that inning for Chris Wersing on the mound, who pitched okay. He only gave up one hit. He had an error in there as well, but he loaded the bases with one out, gets a liner, and a really nice play up the middle between those two and Shanks and Yano.
Well, I thought for the most part that Wersing did a good job of hitting the spots that he was trying to hit. I think there were only really a pitch or two in there that I thought, okay, maybe trying to overthrow a little bit too much here, but was missing just barely on the outside corner, maybe by an inch or so. Wasn't missing by very much. He made some good pitches. Watertown also, just made some solid contact there. Give defense a lot of credit. They turned the double play there when they needed it, and now you've got a chance to build on this lead after being in that jam.
It'll be the leadoff man, Evan Huddleston, swinging first pitch, a grounder left side in foul territory. Foul ball in strike one. Struck out looking his first time up. It was really the best batter that Murphy had faced in that first inning. He is back out there on the mound as he got ahead 0-2 and then threw a breaking ball in the inside corner and got him to look at it for the first strikeout of the game. Throws it inside that time and misses inside. He got that quick first out, and then it was a single, a walk, two more singles before he got the second out of the inning. That one misses low, and it's 2-1.
Well, now if you're Huddleston, you've had an at-bat. You've seen what Murphy can do. We mentioned only 2 innings over the last several weeks, so there's not a ton of film out there on him. Now that you've kind of seen him, you can maybe find the ball a little bit better off of him.
Swings at this one down the line, but that'll be foul. Not by much, about a foot left of that third base bag. Huddleston may have had extra bases. Instead, it's going to be a 2-2 count.
And a much better swing there by Evan Huddleston. The first swing in his first AB, it looked a little awkward, like he was having a tough time picking the ball up there. Much more confident and fluid swing.
Murphy readies the 2-2. Here it is. Breaking ball. Swings at it, and he got him again. We'll throw it down to first and check it anyways. It'll be the third strikeout of the day for Murphy on the mound, that time of the swinging variety.
Number 11, Justin Fowler.
One out in the inning, and Justin Fallon will come back to the plate. Singled his first time up and came around the score of the first run of the game for the Bees. Cranked one to left on the base hit right in front of the left fielder in Brett Price. Batting .667 in the last 3 games. The breaking ball drops in for strike one. Murphy readies the 0-1. Fastball that time and pumped it by him.
Now I think Murphy's settled in a little bit, starting to pound the zone a little bit more. I think what got him into trouble in the first was a little bit wild, a little bit erratic, was a little too all over the place.
Breaking ball again. That time misses in the dirt, but still ahead in the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes on Justin Fallon, who, again, he's had a great approach ever since he's been ousted out of the lineup for a few games. He's still not out in the field yet. Letting him get some time to get back out there, but he is swinging the bat well. Comes the 1-2. Called strike 3, and it's 2 strikeouts in a row, and actually 3 in a row going back to the first. That time looking again. That is the 3rd strikeout looking by the Bees, and 4th strikeout already for Murphy on the mound.
Yeah, and you can probably figure the message down there from Coach Shanks is going to be, hey, now you've seen the zone, you understand you've got to adjust to it. If it's anywhere close, especially in a 2-strike count, you've got to be swinging and fighting it off.
So 2 gone with Kane Shanks at the plate. Misses away, and it's 1-0. Shanks walked his first time, came around to score the 2nd run for the Bees. on the single by Alec Wilson down the right field line. This one swung on high in the air, drifting foul, and that'll go towards the soccer field to the left. It'll be strike one, 1-1. Upperman will get ready to face CPA in Nashville on Saturday. A noon start time will be there for that one. That breaking ball didn't quite come out right, and it's 2-1. CPA, the fourth-ranked team in Division II, Class II. So very similar. They already played Baylor, which was the #1 team in Division II, Class II, and they're challenging themselves again on a Saturday. This one high and inside.
Yeah, Wes Shanks really did this team. I don't want to say did this team no favors, but he didn't just schedule a bunch of cupcakes on this team. I mean, they've on the schedule. They've got a lot of championship aspirations, and the main way to get to that point is to challenge yourself in your non-district, especially when you feel like your district won't challenge you as much as you'd like.
Shanks draws his second walk of the day, and a 2-out walk will put him on first. Chris Worsing heading back to the plate, had the RBI single on a 3-2 pitch. His first time up. Shanks always a base-stealing threat over there at first base. Got Chase Young behind the plate. Shanks has 11 stolen bases on the year. He has been caught 3 times. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. Murphy is definitely settled in after that first inning. Just couldn't find the strike zone for a while. Gave up a few hits. A couple of strikeouts to start this inning, and then the walk to Shanks. Here's the 0-1. Right side of the infield. Will be playable. Throw on to first, and that will end the inning by the second baseman, Bo Price. So one base runner left aboard. It's still 3-0. We head to the bottom of 2 with the Purple Tigers back to the plate. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Nick's Restaurant and the South Willow Auto Clinic on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the second here in Watertown. My name's Jacob Vincent, joined by Rusty Ellis on UCR. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, welcome in. Really good Thursday action between 2 of the top teams in the state of Tennessee, number 6 in 3A and number 2 in 2A. As the Bees on top right now, 3-0. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Purple Tigers here in the bottom of the second. KK West, Zeb Major, and Bo Price against Chris Worsing, who had the bases loaded and 1 out in the first, and then got a line out and was able to double off Brett Price at second base to get out of the inning and strand 2 runners in the process.
Yeah, certainly a big momentum builder to work your way out of a big jam there, where a team like Watertown, with their kind of bats, with the talent in their lineup, they absolutely could have turned that into a big inning with a crooked number on the scoreboard, and instead you end up leaving them scoreless and leaving the bases loaded. So see if Worsing can build on that here. He had good command. See if he's able to adjust the way the strike zone's been called.
This is the center fielder West at the plate, and that one is going to catch him right in the middle of the back. The breaking ball that didn't break a whole lot, and West will make his way down to first. His teammates loved it.
Yeah, his teammates are yelling at him.
Bees probably didn't love that one too much.
Yelling at him for wearing it, so they're praising him down there.
So West over at first base now. Zeb Major, the first baseman, will be at the plate.
That's a big kid.
They're all big.
Yeah.
That one misses away, and it's 1-0. You mentioned that with Gordonsville, kind of the same thing on Saturday, a 1A team.
It's like you're wondering, what are they feeding them here? Because it seems like all these kids that are getting up here are just massive athletes that look like they can all hit the ball a ton. And with Watertown, that's typically always been the case.
Runner goes. This one swung on Shanks' gloves. He's going to have to go to first with it, and that's a really good stolen base there by West, because it took away a really easy double play for Kane Shanks. Instead, it's just one out. Now a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, well, it was a good thing for Watertown to do that or stay out of the double play. But give credit to Caden Shanks adjusting on the fly to that ball. If he doesn't react quicker, you're talking about that ball might be headed out for left center, and you might have first and third with nobody out. So a good defensive play there, and smart by Caden Shanks to just take the easy out at first.
Well, the hit and run works well because you also don't give a chance for rookie Allison to try to throw you down at second base. So Bo Price will be at the plate now with the runner at second base. Worsing has allowed a few base runners so far, but no runs across. This is a Watertown team. They can score. This one fouled back. It'll be strike one. Another one of those teams that challenged themselves on the season. Of course, played Station Camp last Monday. Lost in that game 7-0, but not afraid of taking on some of the top teams in the state. That's one of the best 4A teams in the state. Played Cannon County on Saturday, another one of the best 2A teams.
You've got Smith County in your in your district.
Breaking ball. It'll be a foul ball out of play right side, and the count goes to 0-2 on Bo Price.
And we say that about Smith County being in their district, and they pretty much over those two games handled Smith County. It felt a lot more one-sided than I think any of us thought it would be going into that series.
10-0 and 4-0. Similar to what Upperman does to teams in their district as well. Runner on second base is KK West, who was hit by a pitch. Breaking ball, good one, but it's hitting well. That'll be down for a hit by Bo Price into left field. That's going to score a run as it gets all the way to the wall. Collier Bush was having trouble with it. Finally got it in, and that'll be a double for Bo Price as it scores a run for the Purple Tigers.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball that didn't break enough. It hung up there just enough, and he didn't miss it. So he nails that one into left. And Collier Bush looked like he took a little bit of a weird route to get to that ball. Ball obviously that ball was moving. Ball left the bat at a pretty high speed and just took a pretty odd route to that ball. It ends up getting to the wall. You're thankful if you're Upperman it didn't end up with a runner on third there, but this is where you've got to kind of bear down a little bit. Now Watertown's gotten on the board. They've got another scoring chance here. You've got to bear down a little bit to try to limit the damage.
Bo Price traded places with KK West. Zach Self, the third baseman, will be at the plate now, and still just the one out in the inning. There's a called strike on the outside corner for Worsing. Worsing worked around the bases loaded in the first after getting a line out and then doubling off Brett Price at second. Stranded three runners. The first one across now for the Purple Tigers. And some inexperienced pitchers both on the mound for both sides. You've got Murphy for the Purple Tigers, who hasn't pitched a ton this year. 2 innings against Station Camp was really the only thing in the last couple of weeks. That one, a great pick by rookie Allison to stay in front and not let it get past, but it does go to 2-1.
Yeah, and again, for Worsing, for this to be your first start to go against a really, really good championship caliber Watertown team, not an easy team to make your starting debut against.
Comes the 2-1. Misses high, 3 balls and a strike now to Zach Self at the plate, and the Watertown bench getting into it a little bit, trailing by just the 2 runs now. Worsing working out of the stretch, a long look in to rookie Allison behind the plate. Bouncing around at second base. Fouled off, and it's 3-2. This is Bo Price trying to get into the head of Worsing a little bit on the mound. Great crowd on hand, both sides. Obviously, Watertown has showed out. Upperman has made the trip a beautiful facility here at Watertown. Do a good job. Comes the payoff from Worsing. The breaking ball misses. That's a walk, and it turns the lineup back over to the top.
Back up to the plate for the
Second walk issued by Chris Worsing, and that'll trigger meeting on the mound as Kwame C. will get set to come to the plate with the runners on first and second now for the Purple Tigers. And the whole infield is going to come in to talk things over, and this is more so, hey, just calm down a little bit. You got a really good defense behind you. Throw some pitches over the plate. They'll make some plays for you.
Yeah, play to contact here. I think that the other thing is you've got to be aware that Kwame C. swung at the first pitch first time up, so you've got to be prepared. He's going to be aggressive early in the bat. You don't want to just groove one over the middle to get a get-me-over strike. Maybe throw something, see if you can get him to chase something out of the zone. Maybe he rolls it over and you're able to turn 2 here. But certainly a much-needed visit to kind of settle the nerves, as you said, and get everybody kind of calmed down a little bit. It seems like Worsing a little bit more juiced up than normal. Just got to get him settled down because when he was hitting his spots in the first, he was able to make some really good pitches.
So just the one out here in the bottom of the second with the Purple Tigers threatening now. First and second with the leadoff man, Kwame C. at the plate. Reached on an error. He hit it right at Alec Wilson, but it had a lot of spin on it. Took a wild hop. Wilson could not stay in front of it and was able to reach base.
And you'll take that kind of contact this time up if you're Upperman, because if you can get just an out somewhere and get the 2 outs, you feel a lot better about getting out of this inning.
Worsing out of the stretch. The breaking ball drops in for strike one. Good get-ahead pitch there. Bo Price on second. Zach Self at first. The 0-1. Showed bunt, pulled it back, and it's ball one. Worsing, the 1-1. Missed outside, 2-1. Throw down to second base. Not in time. And we'll see that from rookie Allison. Don't be surprised if he throws it down to first base as well behind the runner.
Yeah, he's got a really, really quick release on those pickoff throws, so you've got to be aware of it if you're on base at all times.
2-1 to the batter in Kwame C. Worsing peeks back, comes home, misses outside. 3 balls and a strike now. He's really trying to work that outside part of the plate, but can't quite hit the edge of the zone as he's missed outside on the last 2. 3 balls and a strike with runners on first and second, in danger of loading the bases again for back-to-back innings. And he does just that. Gets away from rookie Allison, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be another walk. 3rd walk issued by Worsing, and now the bases loaded again with 1 out, and it'll be Brett Price.
And I think Watertown's approach at this point has to be you're forcing Worsing to throw you. I would almost say you're forcing him almost to get 2 strikes on you before you even think about swinging, because he's had a lot of trouble hitting the zone this inning. So there's no reason for you to help him out, expand your zone, and give him a strike that he hasn't earned. So Worsing's got to bear down here. He's got to find his command pretty quickly.
Price roped one to opposite field this first time up. Shows bunt, and he fouls it off the backstop. It'll be strike 1 here.
That's an interesting ploy there with a force at every base.
Well, now the boys on the corners and Alec Wilson and Carson Shoup will move in just a little bit in on the grass after that bunt attempt there. A 1-1 on Price at the plate. Swinging away. Hits it high in the air out towards center. Coming onto it, Huddleston and Yano. Yano makes the grab as he backtracks, makes a throw home, holds the runner at third as well, and the second out of the inning.
And that's a big, big second out there. Good play ranging back from second by Juju Yano. And even better, good job of looking that runner back at third. Kind of expected Watertown to maybe bluff a little bit, maybe send him halfway down the line or so to see if they could at least force a throw. Maybe you get a bad throw and you score. But doesn't get any easier here now. But you feel a little bit better with 2 outs now and a force at every base.
It'll be Cyrus Bennett coming to the plate. Grounded out to Shoup. On a bunt attempt, he moved the runners over his first time up. That one almost caught him, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, Worsing's got a lot of movement on his off speed. He just had a little bit of difficulty locating it. When he's located it and he's hit his spots, it's been nasty, but he's got to do that more consistently.
There's a called strike. Evens the count up at 1 apiece on Cyrus Bennett. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the second. The Purple Tigers have had bases loaded in each of the first 2 innings. Did not score in the first. They have 1 across here in the second. Now one called strike on the inside corner again, and it's 1-2.
Now you've got a couple pitches to play with now, up 1-2 in the count. You can maybe see if you can get him to chase here.
Comes the 1-2 from the freshman. Swings at it, left side, shallow one. This is going to drop, and that's going to score 2. Purple Tigers have tied the game on the bloop single in left field. Shanks gets the ball into Worsing, and a 2 RBI single for Cyrus Bennett ties it up.
And that was just a really good battle swing right there. Didn't get the best contact off it, but he fought that ball off, drops it in no man's land behind third base, ties this game up. And just like we said in the pregame, Jacob, this is not a Watertown team that is going to let a lot of these opportunities go by without making you pay for them. You got to be careful when you put multiple guys on base consistently. This is a team that's going to make you pay. That's a really good battle swing there by Cyrus Bennett.
So now runners on the corners, and Kwame C with a ton of speed over at third base. is definitely a threat to score if it gets past rookie Allison. Swing and a miss here by C.J. Potter.
Goose got a really good game going on in Carthage right now, tied up at 6 in the 6th inning. Not a fan of that combination of numbers there, but really good game between Smith County and Monterey.
Big district game. That one good block by rookie Allison. The runner goes, they throw down, and Kane Shanks, if he makes the catch, will tag him out. Instead, it's going to be Kwame C. coming to the plate, and he scores, and Watertown takes the lead. If Kane Shanks is able to glove it at second on the bounce, they get out of the inning. Instead, it scores a run, and the Watertown Purple Tigers lead at 4-3.
And that's the aggressiveness paying off for the Purple Tigers there. They send a runner, they force the throw down there, and again, a pick by Caden Shanks, maybe a slightly better throw by Ricky Allison, and you're out of this inning and you're tied up, and it's basically, you're right back where you started. But now you've got a chance, if you're Watertown, in a count that, in a 1-1 count, 2 outs, a chance to maybe add on to the lead now.
2 outs in the inning. This one hit well out towards center, sending Huddleston on the run. That'll be back at the wall. Another run is going to come home. C.J. Potter already at second base. It's a stand-up RBI double, and Watertown leads by 2.
Yeah, now whereas Worsing was missing and wasn't really hitting the zone, now he's catching way too much of the plate, and you might have you've got a tough moment now for the freshman who's kind of got a battle. You've already had a mound visit this inning, so you can't go back out there unless you're going to make a pitching change, and I don't know that Upperman wants to burn another arm this early in the game, so you've got to fight now against a tough Watertown lineup that's now up by 2.
They don't have Juju Yano. They don't have Caden Shanks. Everybody else is available. Justin Fallon is not available to pitch, because he's not been out in the field for the last few games. So you've got Alec Wilson you can go to. You've got Ricky Allison you can go to. You do have Wyatt Curtis there in the dugout that you could go to, but you may be saving him for Saturday for a start. There's a called strike on Chase Young at the plate.
Well, and I think this is one of those games where this is one of those starts that Coach Shanks hopes molds Worsing. It hasn't been the greatest start, obviously, giving up 5 runs. And
that'll be through for a hit. Holroyd picks it up in right. Good throw in to hold the runner at third base. It'll just be runners on the corners, but Chase Young singles and finds his way aboard for the first time, and now the Purple Tigers have hit around. KK West, who led the inning off, was hit by a pitch, will come on.
Well, and I think what's concerning for Upperman right now is that it's not necessarily that Watertown has taken the lead. The concern right now is the manner in which they have is that now they're being aggressive early in the count. Worsing is starting to get way too much of the plate. Watertown's not missing a lot of these mistakes, Jacob. They're making them pay for them.
Wyatt Phillips has come on to run for Chase Young over at first base. The catcher called strike on the outside corner to KK West. So now a 5-3 lead for Watertown, still threatening with 2 outs in the inning. And it almost caught him again. West got hit right in the middle of the back on a breaking ball, his first time up here in the inning.
I don't think he appreciates almost being hit there for a second time this inning either.
His big target. Comes the 1-1. Misses high, 2-1. At some point we'll get to on this day in history in the 3rd inning. But the Watertown Purple Tigers have played at 5, and they're looking for more.
I've gotten to the point where almost like on this day in history more because I'm not worried about getting a question wrong.
This one popped up, shallow right. Yano tracking back, does make the grab as he looks into the clouds for the final out of the inning. Watertown has taken a lead. 5 runs across. We head to the 3rd. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Nick's Restaurant and the South Willow Auto Clinic on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Top of the third inning here in Watertown. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Bees. Alec Wilson, Juju Yano, and Carson Shoup as they're now trailing by 2 runs, 5-3. You ready for On This Day in History?
I'm ready.
Going to go back to 1923. The original Yankees Stadium opened. 74,217 fans watched the Yankees beat the Red Sox 4-1.
That's cool. That's one of those stadiums I wish that I had gotten to it before they closed it down back in, 2009? Was that the
fairly
last?
recently, yeah.
Well, yeah, I hate that they closed. I've been to the new Yankee Stadium, and it's, as much as I hate the Yankees, it is a very, very nice stadium.
I can imagine.
What's the coolest one you've been to? Or your favorite stadium that's not the Reds, I should say?
I've only been to Chicago, south side of Chicago.
Oh, so you've been
not great.
Yeah, you've been to the ugly
and
one.
I've been to
Ooh.
Anaheim, actually.
That one's pretty cool.
It's not bad.
What do you think about Great American Ballpark? You
Love
like
it.
it?
I
You
love
love
it.
it?
Especially after the updates when they had the All-Star game in 2015. That one fouled off. Count goes to 1-1 on Alec Wilson, who had the 2 RBI single back in the first.
Yeah, now if you're Upperman, the mindset's got to be, okay, time to chip away, time to get some runners on and get them in. You're not going to get these 2 runs back on one swing just yet. You obviously can't do that without runners.
Left side of the infield, gloved at third base. Here comes the throw. It's a good one, and Alec Wilson is put out on the 5-3 throw by Zach Self. So 1 gone, and tell you what, Murphy on the mound, who struggled in that first inning with his command, has really settled down. He had 2 strikeouts in the second. He's got 4 strikeouts on the game and has retired 2 in a row now.
Yeah, he's worked ahead, and he's worked ahead often. And, again, he didn't really let that 3-run first bother him all that much. In the second, you could kind of see he was back to business as usual on the mound. And that's something from a Watertown perspective you're really, really pleased with, especially as just a freshman. His stuff has been really impressive since that first inning.
Yano sawed off on that one. 0-1. Murphy shaking off his catcher and Young. Comes home with the 0-1. Breaking ball. Swung on. Shallow right. Drifting towards foul territory. First baseman trying to grab it, but he falls to the ground and it pops out. As Zeb Major tried to track it down. Overran it just a little bit, and then it kind of came back into the field of play, towards the field of play, and just couldn't quite get the grab on it. It will be strike 2, though, on Yano at the plate. 1 gone in the inning. Yano trying to find his stride at the plate. Struggled a little bit in the last few games. He's about the only batter that has struggled in the last few games. Batting .222 in the last 3. This one fouled back into the net. And had a pretty good season average at .306, so it was really high. That one misses away, and it's 1-2.
Well, and important to point out that I think a lot of the struggles came in the middle of that stretch where you play a bunch of those teams that are nationally ranked in Hoover, Alabama, and then you play Baylor. Smith County's obviously a really talented baseball team as well. So, I mean, I like a lot of that can be attributed to the tough schedule. That's certainly one bat for Coach Shanks that he'd like to get going here. I think him and Alec Wilson both, and along with Ricky Allison, you'd like to get those 3 going specifically.
That one goes in the dirt, and it's 2-2 now on Yano. And Yano, he's been dominant on the mound, though.
And that's the one thing that I think makes it a little bit easier to stomach is when he's been on the mound, he's been electric. So you kind of take the good with the bad there.
Swung on and missed. It's the 5th strikeout of the day for Noah Murphy on the mound.
Yeah, he's really settled in. He's been impressive since that first inning. He did a good job of kind of flushing that first and not letting it bother him. He's pounded the zone now, and Upperman's had a tough time picking that ball up out of his hands. And one thing we've seen, Jacob, especially when young pitchers find their rhythm, they start to work fast. It's exactly what Murphy's done these last 2 innings. He's getting the ball, he's getting the sign, he's going, and he's rinsing and repeating. He's doing a great job.
Shoup singled his first time up. He's going to go talk things over with Coach Shanks here towards the third base coach's box with 2 outs in the inning. And Coach Shanks could be just trying to take a little bit more time out of this inning. It's been a very quick one so far for the first 2 outs. After Watertown got a lot of momentum back there in the second.
It looks like we've got somebody warming up for Upperman down in the bullpen.
Well, it's not Rookie Allison because he's standing on deck. It is a righty, so
it
that
looks
might
like
be
I think that's Alec Wilson. Yeah, that looks like Alec Wilson out there. So we might be seeing a pitching change.
So giving him some time out there to warm up. Swing and a miss here by Shoup.
Yeah, and the other thing is, Murphy's got some really good rhythm and flow right now on the mound. You're probably doing whatever you can to disrupt that, and that's probably what he told Carson Shoup as well is, hey, go up there, fight some pitches off, make him work a little bit.
That one does miss high. Evens the count up at 1-1. Yeah, he's gotten a ground out on 3 pitches, and then the strikeout after a few fouls by Yano. That one is going to hit him right in the middle of the back. So Carson Shoup will find his way aboard after being hit by a pitch, and he'll bring rookie Allison to the plate.
And you'll take that if you're Upperman. You'll take that if you're Coach Shanks, because that means that now Murphy's got to work to somebody with the runner on base. There's a little bit more pressure on that now. I don't imagine Carson Shoup with 2 outs will be running here or will be put in motion here. But now you're asking Ricky Allison to do the same thing. See some pitches. Make him work a little bit more.
Final, Gordonsville baseball beats Mount Juliet Christian 8-0 tonight.
That's a team that outside of that Upperman game on last Saturday, that's a team that's playing some really good baseball right now.
First pitch into rookie Allison, misses away. Shoup over at first. He's got stolen base potential. Almost got picked off, and he did. He wasn't paying attention, and Murphy guns him down at first, and that ends the inning. 5-3, we head to the bottom of 3, and we'll see if there's a change on the mound. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Nick's Restaurant and the South Willow Auto Clinic on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseyschevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It is a Hall Sports and Outdoors call to the bullpen as we get started here in the bottom of the 3rd for the Bees. It'll be Alec Wilson coming on in relief of Chris Worsing. Wilson, so far this season, a 3.85 ERA. He has a 1-2 record in 7 appearances. He's got 3 starts on the year, 20 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts to 7 walks, a batting average against of .278. I believe he pitched on Saturday against Gordonsville. Pitched pretty well there. Obviously, they got the 10-0 victory. And we'll see what he can do in relief here. They trail by 2 runs. He's coming on trying to settle the seas a little bit after Watertown really broke it open in the 2nd.
Yeah, a tough 2 innings for Chris Worsing. I thought he fought through some command issues in the first, was able to get out of it thanks to that double play. And then in the 2nd, again, started locating a little bit better, but was catching way too much of the plate. And to Watertown's credit, they didn't miss any of the mistakes that they got from him, so they made him pay with the 5-run 2nd. So Alec Wilson coming in, trying to, again, like you said, settle things down a little bit, pitch a few clean innings, and he's given this team some good innings this year, pitched really well against Gordonsville. We saw last year several times him come in similar situations in non-district games where he'd come in relief to just kind of give them some innings. Don't want to say necessarily just eat some innings, but we saw him do it a couple times last year where he was able to keep the game right where it was. That's what you're asking him to do here. You're asking him to keep it a 2-run game.
And for Worsing, it was his first start of the season, and it came against the number 2 team in 2A. So take that with a grain of salt. 2 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs. They were all earned, 3 walks, and no strikeouts for Worsing. And again, you go back to that throw down to second base. If they are able to tag him out at second base, catch him stealing, that run and Kwame C does not score, and the inning would end at 3-3 rather than 2 more runs coming across for the Purple Tigers. So this game could be a lot different if they're able to get that one. Wilson comes home, and it's 0-2 quickly on Zeb Major.
Boy, and he's come out, he's pounded the zone with a couple fastballs right away. Looks like he's got his fastball command early here, so certainly a good sign for Upperman.
The breaking ball got him to swing at it. It's the first Birdie's Lounge strikeout of the day for the Bees, and a good start for Alec Wilson on the mound.
Yeah, working quickly, working ahead, working fast. That's exactly what you want to see from your reliever. So Done a good job on that first batter. See if he's able to build onto it.
Seems like his hat might be just a little bit too big. Has fallen off on the first 3 pitches. He's also battling the shade of one of the posts, one of the light poles to the left as he standing right on it. This one hit well out towards center field. Huddleston giving chase, is not going to get there. That one is down almost to the wall by Bo Price. He is into second base, and it's a 1-out double for the Purple Tigers.
Yeah, Price got something a little bit up in the zone that he was able to drive the other way to right center field. I thought Evan Huddleston did a good job of at least. I thought it looked like he might get there for a second. Ball was just moving a little bit too much for him to track it down out there. So now right back with the runner in scoring position and less than 2 outs for the Purple Tigers.
It's the second double of the day for Bo Price already here in the bottom of the third. Zach Self at the plate walked and scored a run his first time up in that second inning. So Alec Wilson has the strikeout and now gives up the first base run. A really good breaking ball that drops in there for strike 1.
Yeah, made a mistake. Well, I think one thing that Alec Wilson's been good at so far this year is when he's had runners on base, he's done a good job of kind of locking in at that point and not really allowing the damage to become worse than it is.
Working out of the stretch, comes with the fastball and gets the swing. It's 0-2.
And who knows what the psychology is behind that, but we've talked about it several times where it seems like there are just some pitchers that they work a little bit better when that pressure's applied to them. It's why you see closers, when they come in non-save situations, they tend to struggle because there's not that pressure on them. Alec Wilson seems like he's one of those that when there's people on base, he's a little bit more locked in out there.
Bouncing around at second, Price. The 0-2 swung on and missed. It's the second Birdie's Lounge strikeout in 3 batters for Alec Wilson, and now 2 away in the inning. He does flip the lineup back over to Kwame C., the leadoff batter, though, for the Purple Tigers.
Yeah, this is a big out right here. I don't think Wilson's thrown a single pitch out of the zone so far. So
Nope.
This is one of those where you've got to expect C to be aggressive early in the account because he has been the first 2 times, or he was the first time up, obviously before working the walk in the second.
7 pitches, 7 strikes for Alec Wilson so far. A peek back to second base as he'll make Price go get back on the bag for a moment. Kwame C. has been aboard twice, reached on an error in the first and a walk in the second. Looking for his first hit of the ball game. This one right back up the middle. Wilson gloves. He'll have to quickly go over to first and got out of the inning. Quick one there, and Alec Wilson works a quick third. We are through 3. 5-3 Watertown leads. You're watching Upperman Baseball presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Back here at Watertown, Rusty and I talking about the dimensions. Similar to Upperman, pretty deep ballpark. 320 down each line, 350 in the power alleys, and 375 with a tall fence in dead center. And if you're going to hit one out, you're going to have to crank it.
Yeah, tall fence feels like an understatement, too. It's the freaking green monster out there in center field. So it's, yeah, you're hitting an absolute nuke if you clear that fence out there. There's certainly, I'm sure, some batters on both sides here that have got that kind of power to do it.
9-1-2 due up here for the Bees. Collier Bush, Evan Huddleston. Actually, it's Ricky Allison, I beg your pardon, as he was up to the plate whenever Carson Shoup got picked off. So it's 8-9-1. Ricky Allison, Collier Bush, and Evan Huddleston due up here in the top of the 4th. We will get to trivia after Ricky Allison's at-bat. That one misses inside, or low, I should say, and it's 1-1.
Said it on the way up here, Jacob, though. We've already mentioned it on the broadcast. Beautiful facilities. Love this field. It's a beautiful, beautiful ballpark.
This one down the line, but a foul ball. And it goes to 1-2 now on rookie Allison, who singled his first time up back in the first. Now was able to load the bases before the Purple Tigers were able to get out of it. 1-2. This one is going to be down for a hit. Rookie Allison finds his way aboard for the second time today. And another single for rookie Allison. All right, let's get to trivia. You ready?
I'm excited.
Which player led the major leagues in home runs for 6 seasons in a row? Your options are Alex Rodriguez, Ralph Kiner, Reggie Jackson, or Mike Schmidt. Once again, which player led the MLB in home runs for 6 seasons in a row? Alex Rodriguez, Ralph Kiner, Reggie Jackson, or Mike Schmidt?
That's brutal.
Give your guesses in the comments. We'll get to it in the bottom of the 4th. Runner on here for Collier Bush at the plate. It'll be Braden Green courtesy running for rookie Allison over at first base. First pitch in there for a ball. Noah Murphy really struggled in the first, but he has been great ever since. Saw it off there and got him to swing at it. It goes to 1-1. Coach Shanks trying to get Collier Bush to look down to him to get the call.
Yeah, and the good thing about Coach Shanks, especially up here from the press box, never a question of what he's saying down there. You can hear him pretty clearly.
Called strike, and it goes to 1-2. Upperman led this one 3-0 after the first. Monterey. Speaking of Monterey, they're up on Smith County. That is why that was stuck in my head. Watertown answered back with 5 in the second. They were trying to get a check swing there.
He didn't go, so
it is just 2-2.
Mentioned Monterey. Sounds like Goose might be about to witness a bit of an upset in Carthage. They're up 9-6 in the top of the 7th over Smith.
That one swung on and missed. A big strikeout for Murphy for the first out of the inning. That is his 6th strikeout on the mound.
Batting for the Bees.
So it does flip the lineup back over to Evan Huddleston. Huddleston, a couple of strikeouts so far. He's trying to find his way aboard for the first time. Throw over to first, and barely getting back in time was Braden Green that time. We've already seen Carson Troop picked off as Murphy's got a really good move. Green was able to dive back in safely that time, though. First pitch in to Huddleston. He hits that into the Upperman dugout, right into the netting.
Yeah, we've seen Murphy really, really good quick pickoff move on the mound up there. And again, talked about it a little bit last inning. He's rebounded really well from that tough first. Seems like he was able to get that flush from his system pretty quickly.
The 0-1 will miss away with the breaking ball. Move to 1-1 with 1 gone in the inning. 5-3 lead for the Purple Tigers as they'll get ready to take on Forest tomorrow. A few clouds starting to roll in here. This one left side again. That'll be another foul ball. 1-2.
Grandma Marcia in the comments saying that Reggie Jackson is her guess for the trivia question. Might not be a bad guess. I don't know if there's a bad guess anywhere in there.
No, they're all great options. That's what makes it so fun.
You get too much of a kick out of me getting these questions wrong.
I got it wrong, too. It's okay. This one hit well by Huddleston out towards center, but right at the center fielder as it's caught by KK West. He read it well. His first step was back and able to make the grab for the flyout.
Yeah, Huddleston put a good charge into that one there. West just did a good job defensively out there, like you said, making his first step back, able to track that one down for the out. So now you're looking for some 2-out magic from the Bees here.
2 gone, runner on first in Braden Green. We're going to visit here to the mound now.
That's a good visit because Desiree is asking for you to say the question again.
The trivia question. She also came up with a good idea. We need to start putting the question in the comment section along with the options.
Not a bad idea. We might do that. We might do that starting Saturday.
The question was, which player led the major leagues in home runs for 6 consecutive years? Your options were Alex Rodriguez, Ralph Kiner, Reggie Jackson, or Mike Schmidt.
I don't think it was A-Rod. I don't think it was him. So I believe that eliminates at least one of the options. Knowing my luck, that means A-Rod's the answer. That absolutely means that A-Rod is the answer, but I don't believe it's A-Rod.
Conversation on the mound with Murphy. 2 outs in the inning. Murphy trying to work through the top of the 4th, but Justin Fallon at the plate now with a runner on first and Braden Green. All 3 runs for the Bees came in the first. There's a strike across to Fallon. He has been aboard once. He struck out once looking. 1 for 2. He's got a run scored.
That's fitting.
Check over to first. Green back in safely.
Another good quick step by Murphy there. Had Braden Green leaning just a little bit, but he was able to get back in time.
It's a really good throw as well. Throws it right at that glove of his first baseman. Good pitch there. Got Fallon to wave at it and goes to 0-2. He's got a big target and Zeb Major over there at first as well for the pickoff attempt. 0-2, 2 outs to Fallon at the plate. Here it comes from Murphy. High in the air. In the infield and playable. Couple of players over there. And Bennett's able to make the grab.
Wow.
It popped out of the glove. He went down to his knees and then caught it barehanded with the right hand. But an out is an out. And we head to the bottom of 4 with Watertown still on top by 2. 5-3. We've got the trivia answer coming up. You're watching Upperman Baseball presented by Nick's Restaurant and the South Willow Auto Clinic on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseychevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best kept secret, with locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville. Delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
We're back here at Watertown. It's a 5-3 lead for the Purple Tigers. They're coming back to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. 2, 3, and 4 new up. Brett Price, Cyrus Bennett, and C.J. Potter. The meat of their lineup against Alec Wilson, who came on and pitched really well. Let's get to the trivia answer. Our question, which player led the MLB in home runs for 6 seasons in a row? Alex Rodriguez, Ralph Kiner, Reggie Jackson, or Mike Schmidt? Rusty, who are you going with?
I can't wait for the answer to be Alex Rodriguez so I can look like an idiot. But I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go Ralph Kiner.
It is Ralph Kiner.
Wow, okay.
From 1947 through 1952, he hit 271 home runs. 54 of them, his most in a season in 1949.
Impressive. What position did he play?
I have no idea.
No idea. Fair enough. I'm sure the trivia site probably doesn't say that. Yeah, that was. Normally, I have a nice little anecdote after these trivia questions. That was a complete guess, so I have nothing. That's a lot of homers, though.
Somehow he did not win the MVP in 1950. He was 10th in MVP voting, and he led in like 5 categories.
Some haters in the voters, man.
He had a WAR of 7.1. That same year, Jackie Robinson had a WAR of 9.1, and he was 8th in the MVP voting.
Good.
It's fun to go back to look at the advanced analytics.
When you add like WAR and all that,
Yeah.
it's really, especially for advanced analytics, that's because that's been such a key argument for a lot of players and why a lot of players start the way they do. Desiree, don't worry. I was sitting here telling Jacob that I believed that after I said that A-Rod was absolutely not the answer, I believed he absolutely was the answer for a little bit there.
Brett Price at the plate here, popped out to Yano at second base his last time up. Singled his first time. He's 1 for 2. Wilson off the end of the bat, 1-2. Wilson has been pumping strikes in there. He just threw a ball his first time here in this at-bat. He got a strikeout and a couple of strikeouts and a ground out in the 3rd when he first came in, allowing 1 base runner on the double by Bo Price. Breaking ball called strike 3. It's another Birdie's Lounge strikeout for Alec Wilson, who has looked really good in relief.
Yeah, he's given the Upperman Bees exactly what they wanted out of the bullpen. He's come in, he's thrown strikes, he's not had any command issues, and he's locating all of his pitches. His off-speed, both of his fastballs, he's doing a really good job of locating as a whole right now. Really doing a good job of just keeping the Bees in this game.
Wilson, first pitch in there, another strike to Cyrus Bennett, who had the 2 RBI single. That kind of blooper out to left in no man's land his last time up. He also came around to score a run. That tied the game up for Watertown. Watches that one miss for ball 1. Comes the 1-1. Called strike on the inside corner, 1-2. One gone in the inning after the backwards K. Working on his second in a row. The 1-2, got him again. Another Birdie's Lounge backwards K. And now 3 strikeouts on the day for Alec Wilson in relief.
And that's just a nasty off-speed pitch there. Absolutely froze the hitter there. Hits the outside corner. Alec Wilson, he's got some of his best stuff on the mound right now, giving Upperman again a chance here down by 2 in this game.
He's doing this against the meat of the lineup. It was 2, 3, and 4 due up. C.J. Potter, the cleanup batter and designated hitter, coming to the plate now. He's been aboard twice, a walk and a double. Ropes this one, and that'll be down for a hit. Out into left field, he takes the turn at first, and the throw comes in quickly, so he's going to stay there at first base, and it's a single for C.J. Potter with 2 outs.
Now batting for the Tigers, catcher number 11, Chase Young.
If you're going to get to Alec Wilson, it seems like you're going to have to get to him early on in these counts. He's given up 2 hits. They have both been on the first pitch.
Well, and it seems like early in the count, he's relying a little bit on that fastball to get ahead. He does sometimes throw that off speed, but that off speed is what he really likes to get people off balance with when he's got 2 strikes on him. So Potter makes a good decision there, gets something over the plate early and doesn't miss it.
So now Chase Young at the plate. First pitch in there for a called strike. Young singled his last time up, lined out his first time. He's 1 for 2.
Michael giving me some grief in the comments because we made him look up what position Ralph Kiner played. But he was an outfielder, so we appreciate the knowledge there.
Was forced to retire due to a back injury. I believe he finished with a little over 300 career home runs. So
solid career.
He could have had a very long career and one of the more successful ones if it weren't for that. Popped up, playable in the infield. Wilson giving chase. So is Chris Worsing, who's able to make the grab. And another quick inning for Alec Wilson on the mound. We head to the bottom of, well, I beg your pardon, the top of 5. You're watching Upperman Baseball presented by Nick's Restaurant and the South Willow Auto Clinic on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Upperman coming back to the plate in the top half of the 5th, and after a couple of slow starts on both sides, we now have a pitching change as well for Watertown. So a Hall Sports and Outdoors call to the bullpen.
Number 21, C.J. Potter.
C.J. Potter, the designated hitter, is now going to be on the mound in place of Noah Murphy.
Well, now you've got to adjust to a new arm, and you've got the good news for Upperman is that at the very least you've got a new pitcher coming in, but you've got the heart of your order. You've got 3, 4, 5 due up, and you feel like if you're going to have a chance to get back in this game and start a rally, you've got a really, really good spot in the lineup to do it with right here with Caden Shanks leading off.
It will be 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Bees. Caden Shanks, Chris Worsing, Alec Wilson, one of your best opportunities to get back into this game trailing by 2 runs. So C.J. Potter now in relief. Last pitch got a start against Cannon County on Saturday. Went 3 innings, no hits, no runs, and 5 strikeouts.
That's pretty solid.
That's a good Cannon County team.
We saw them to start the season.
Yes, we did. So
or we saw an abbreviated version of them.
Correct. So Noah Murphy's day is done. Pretty solid after the start that he had. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. And he's in line for the win right now with Caden Shanks at the plate. Found the first one off. Shanks has been aboard twice, both by way of walk. This one, opposite field, out towards left. And Price underneath it will make the grab. So a couple of pitches and 1 out for C.J. Potter on the mound.
Now back for Upperman, number 28.
It'll be Chris Worsing coming to the plate now at the RBI single in the first. Grounded out his second time up. And the freshman going to see if he can't try to get it back on his side of things now. His team back into the lead with a base runner here. First one misses low from Potter.
Got a final in Carthage. Monterey wins 9-6 over Smith County.
Big
Pretty
win.
good, big win for the Wildcats.
That one misses, and the count goes to 2-0. Of course, Watertown, part of that district in 5-2A. Undefeated so far in district play with a few games to go. Check on down to first, and he did not go, so it is 3-0.
Looking for some other finals here. It looks like Macon County softball beat Portland 5-1 as that strike gets over. And let's see. And then Smith County softball also fell. They fell to Watertown 8-4.
And that one will be a walk. So after the fly out, Chris Worsing able to work a walk. First one issued by Potter. It will be a base runner aboard now for Alec Wilson.
Now batting for Upperman, pitcher number 23, Alec Wilson.
Wilson, a 2 RBI single his first time up, grounded out his second time up. As the clouds continue to roll in, and we had some brilliant sunshine at the start of this game. This game moved up an hour. It was supposed to start at 6:30, but with the threat of some storms rolling in, maybe a little bit later on, they moved it up. Good block. Got off the bag initially. Was Worsing, gets back into first. Nice job by Young behind the plate to keep it in front. So the count 1-0 now on Wilson, who's been really good in relief on the mound. A few storms popping up just west of Nashville right now. That one does get away from Young, and Worsing not able to read it right out of underneath the Young. Couldn't see it. And the count goes to 2-0 now. Now Potter, after getting the fly out to Shanks, has struggled to find the zone. Again, mentioned the last outing. 3 innings against Cannon County, 5 strikeouts, no hits, no runs, no walks. It was a really good outing. In relief this time, that was a start. Fastball, right side, foul territory, drifting, and that'll drop for strike one. We've seen Alec Wilson take it that way. First hit of the ball game for him was right over that first base bag, according to the home plate umpire. One gone here in the top of the 5th. Worsing over at first base after drawing a walk. After the fly out by Shanks. Check over to first. It's a good pick by Zeb Major over there at first base. Worsing was able to dive back in safely. Potter comes home with a 2-1. Left side of the infield. That'll be through. And Alec Wilson has another single. Right in that 5-6 hole. And now runners on first and second for Juju Yano.
And now with one out, wonder how we'll see Coach Shanks play this one. Yano been struggling with the bat the last couple of weeks now. Really due for a big hit, you feel like here, but you also don't want to try to do too much here. Your big goal is to try to, at the very least, get those runners moved over.
Yano 0 for 2 so far, line out and a strikeout, and you said it. We could absolutely see a bunt here from Yano. You've got Worsing at second base, Wilson at first, trying to move those runners into scoring position with one out. Potter comes home. Breaking ball, good block, 1-0.
Well, and there's no reason here as well for Yano to be over-aggressive. Potter, like you said, after getting that first out, has really kind of struggled with this command. So you're looking for a ball up that you can drive with some authority, but you also don't want to reach or expand your zone and give him a strike that he didn't earn.
Potter working out of the stretch. Looks back to Worsing at second. The 1-0 misses away. 2-0 now to Juju Yano at the plate. Again, for Upperman coming up on Saturday, big matchup with CPA, trying to get a comeback victory here against a very good Watertown team. 3 runs in the first for Upperman, 5 runs in the second for Watertown. Check back to second. Worsing not too far off the bag, nobody covered. Potter to look in now. Readies for the 2-0. Fastball swung on and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike to Yano at the plate. 1 gone here in the top of the 5th as the Bees trying to mount a comeback. Called strike, evens the count up at 2-2.
Yeah, now you've got to go into battle mode if you're Julian Yano. You've got to try to fight off some tough pitches, anything that's close, but you got to just try to keep this at bat going, see if you can work your way on base.
Potter ready to go. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, got him to swing at it. Big strikeout for C.J. Potter on the mound. It's his first. And it'll be Carson Shoup now coming to the plate. Been aboard twice, a walk and a hit by pitch, looking for his first hit. 2 outs now in the inning. One of the better opportunities here for the Bees ever since that first inning. First time they've had 2 base runners on in an inning since the first. And he pumps a fastball in there for strike 1 to Carson Shoup.
Yeah, it seems like Potter's kind of regained his control now. Now he's starting to fill the zone up, so you're looking for a big AB here from Carson Shoup.
Comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Shoup, a healthy hack. Couldn't quite get it. And it's 0-2 with runners on first and second and 2 outs now for the Bees. Potter trying to work a good inning here after allowing a couple of base runners with a walk and a single. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, fouled off, and we'll do it again. Good battle swing there. So Goose was out in Smith County, and good win for Monterey. Keep it tuned in to the website for coverage of that one. Pictures as well. Our game tonight will also be with Upperman on Saturday. Fastball swung on, left center, coming onto it, the left fielder Price will make the grab for the final out. Strands a couple of runners. No runs across for the Bees here in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom with the Purple Tigers coming back to the plate. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Purple Tigers coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th. 6, 7, and 8. KK West, Zeb Major, and Bo Price. Alec Wilson on the mound. That is exactly who he faced when he came into the game. And so he gets to face him again for the second time through now the lineup for Watertown. And tell you what, Alec Wilson has been really good. In the 2 innings in relief, he has only allowed 2 base runners, and he's got 3 strikeouts on the day.
Yeah, he's done a good job again of just working ahead early. He's throwing strikes quick. He's throwing strikes. He's filling the zone up and really doing a lot of things well on the mound. He's working fast. He's working at his tempo. He's just got to keep doing that to give Upperman a chance with their bats, and you've got to hope that those bats come alive here in these last couple of innings.
So KK West, who was hit by a pitch in the second, came around to score, also came up for the second time in the second and popped out. Those his only 2 plate appearances so far. Center fielder. It's a big center fielder. Yeah. You don't see a lot of center fielders with that kind of size. And lead things off here in the 5th. Fastball, called strike. He's been pumping those first pitch strikes in there, has Alec Wilson.
Well, what made his outing against Gordonsville on Saturday impressive was his fastball command was a little over the place, but he really had his off-speed stuff. Today he's had both.
That one misses just a little bit outside, goes to 1-1. Temperature dropping, very comfortable now.
It was hot earlier.
It was warm, and we're not complaining. Never will. Breaking ball got him to swing at it, dropped in the dirt.
Yeah, you can see almost the exact spot in the dirt where that ball hit in front of the plate, and he got him out in front. Looking for a fastball there, and needless to say, he did not get that.
So 1-2 now. KK West chokes up on the bat. The pitch, breaking ball, got him to swing at it again. Rookie Allison will apply the tag for a 4th Birdie's Lounge strikeout of the day for Alec Wilson through 2 1/3. So 1 gone in the inning. It'll bring Zeb Major to the plate. He is the only Purple Tiger who has not reached base yet. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. And he swings at this one down the line, and a fair ball. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Major. He's already at second base. Trouble in the corner with it, but the stop sign is up. And a double with 1 out for Zeb Major, and now everybody has reached for the Purple Tigers.
Yep, there's the old announcer jinx there. As soon as you say, oh, he's the one that hadn't reached, he then lines a shot down the left field line for a double. Very easily, probably could have been a triple as well. Watertown electing not to be over-aggressive there and run into an out at third base.
Alec Wilson has given up just the 3 hits so far. 2 of them have been doubles, but he's been able to work around those hits. So we'll see what he's able to do here with a runner on second base and 1 out. Bo Price at the plate. He was one of those doubles. One out in the inning. Breaking ball high in the air out to left, but playable. Out there, Collier Bush makes the catch for out number 2. Zach Self will be at the plate.
Up to bat for the Watertown Purple Tigers, third baseman number 16, Zach Self.
5-3 lead right now for the Purple Tigers, but ever since that second, it has settled down on both sides.
Yeah, both teams' pitching staffs have really settled in, and have, it really coincided with Upperman. It began with Alec Wilson into the game. It seemed like, again, he steadied things out. You're looking for him to continue doing that over these last couple of innings.
Wilson delivers. That one gets away from rookie Allison. Zeb Major will move up to third base. And now a run 90 feet away. And a 1-0 count to Zach Self. Tuned in on Facebook, let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Give us a like and give us a share. If it's on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys. Beautiful day here in Watertown and a great non-district game between 2 of the top teams in the state of Tennessee. Number 2 in 2A Watertown, number 6 in 3A Upperman. Comes the 1-0 from Wilson. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Zeb Major standing at third base. Had the double with 1 out. Fly out by Price. Now Self at the plate. Brushes him back off the plate with a fastball. 2-1. Wilson, the second pitcher of the game for the Bees after Worsing got the start. Went the first 2 innings. Breaking ball left side of the infield. That'll go into foul territory as it's barehanded by Shoop. And a 2-2 count. Deuces wild here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. With Zach Self at the plate. This is the 9 batter as well. Wilson working out of the windup. 2-2. Doesn't get the call, and it's run full.
Yeah, I don't know where that one missed. I guess outside, but that's been a strike for a lot of the games. That's a really, really tough one to take.
A few times it has been called a strike. Comes the payoff. Breaking ball misses low, and that'll be a walk. Try to get him to swing at it. Does not offer. First walk issued by Alec Wilson, and it will flip it back over to the top of the lineup, but we're going to get a pinch hitter here as Carter Mass will come on to hit for Kwame C. So runners on the corners with 2 outs. Alec Wilson trying to go back through the lineup. Oh, he's just going to make sure that rookie Allison's going to give the first and third signals. You will see rookie Allison throw down to second in this situation. We've seen it once already, and it almost got him out of an inning. Showing bunt, pulling it back. Allison almost threw behind the runner at first. Instead, it'll just be strike. Or ball 1, I beg your pardon, to Carter Mass. Wilson delivers. Foul back, 1-1.
And if you're Alec Wilson here, simply put, you got to put the runners out of your mind. They're not the ones that matter. You've got 2 outs. You just want to get the guy at the plate.
Hunter Bass at the plate, pinch hitting for Kwame C. The 1-1, breaking ball called strike 2. And now Wilson a strike away from getting out of the inning and working around a little bit of trouble. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Wilson readies the 1-2. Fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner. That was further out than the 2-2 pitch that he threw to Zach Self, but he gets the Birdies Lounge strikeout anyways. His 5th of the day. He'll take it, gets out of the inning. We head to 6. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Nick's Restaurant and the South Willow Auto Clinic on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseychevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye.
It's the top of the 6th here in Watertown, and Upperman coming back to the plate. 8-9-1 due up. Rookie Allison Collier-Bush and Evan Huddleston, and the Bees trailing by a couple of runs. It's 5-3. They led 3-0 after the first. Couple more runs in the second, and now we're going to have a walk out to the mound with what appears to be the trainer for Watertown, and look at C.J. Potter. They're going to check him out. Something about his leg.
Maybe he's got a cramp or something. I obviously don't want to speculate too much, but looks like everything's fine.
Yeah, he looks like he's good to go. C.J. Potter came on in relief of Noah Murphy through the first 4 innings. Potter in the 5th was pretty solid. Got a fly out and then a walk and a single. Strikeout and another fly out to get out of the inning. So now he faces the 8-9-1 in the lineup for the Bees. And again, Upperman testing themselves with one of the best teams in the 2A classification today before they test themselves with one of the best teams in Division II 2A on Saturday. And then, of course, they'll get a huge matchup with Livingston Academy Monday and Tuesday next week to finish out 7 AAA play. That one misses high. They'll get station camp next Saturday as well, so it just does not get any easier. And a swing and a miss. Rookie Allison has been aboard a couple of times with a couple of singles. Breaking ball, fouls that one back into the mid, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, and that was a really, really good pitch by Potter there. Again, good breaking ball that had a little bit of late movement there. Allison not able to catch it, not able to quite make contact.
That one off the end of the bat in foul territory, picked up by Young. It'll be a foul ball. We'll try the 1-2 again. One ball and 2 strike count to rookie Allison, the catcher for the Bees. Trying to get something going here in the 6th. And one of their final 2 chances to be at the plate. Potter delivers and swings at it. It's high and inside. Would have been ball 2. Instead, it's the second strikeout of the day for Potter on the mound.
Yeah, that's one where rookie Allison just expands the zone a little bit too much and goes after one that would not have been anywhere near the zone. So really tough at bat to start the inning for the Bees.
So it'll be Collier-Bush coming back to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Looking for his first trip down to first base. And it's called a strike on the outside corner. Evan Huddleston standing in the on-deck circle. They've actually kind of got 2 on-deck circles. There's an on-deck circle and then an in-the-hole circle.
That's interesting.
Or at least that's how the Bees are using it. I don't know if it's meant to be used that way. Swing and a miss, and 0-2 now on Bush. Potter delivers. Fastball, swings at it and misses. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the 6th.
Yeah, and just like last inning when it seemed like his command had kind of left him a little bit, the moment he regained it, all of a sudden he's picked right back up where he left off. A couple of strikeouts, and he's looked dominant in doing so.
So it'll be Evan Huddleston coming to the plate. He is 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Trying to find his first time aboard. Breaking ball will miss inside. Watertown coming up in the bottom of the 6th. Going to be trying to add on some insurance runs. Bees trying to work a little 2-out magic here in the top. Haven't had their best stuff today. Again, this is a really good Watertown team, so this is to be expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team that expects to compete for a state championship.
2-0, popped up, playable left side of the infield, drifting towards foul territory. Over there and making the catch at third base is Zach Self for the final out. 1-2-3 in the 6th. And Watertown coming back to the plate in the bottom of the inning. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by Nick's Restaurant and the South Willow Auto Clinic on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. The bottom of the 6th here at Watertown, and coming to the plate, the Purple Tigers. Looks like they're going to be making possibly another change. Due up is 2, 3, and 4. It's supposed to be Brett Price, Cyrus Bennett, and C.J. Porter, but they are going to make a change as Brett Price is not in the on-deck circle. So we will have to check the number on that. So another pinch hitter here at the start of the lineup. Aiden Dedman. Pinch hitting for Brett Price.
A little bit of Phil Collins for walk-up music. I can dig it.
So we've already had 2 pinch hitters. For the first 2 batters, Kwame C was pinch hit for by Carter Bass. Now Aiden Dedman for Brett Price. Swinging first pitch out towards center. Huddleston is out there and makes the catch for out number 1.
You mentioned it in between innings, wind starting to pick up a little bit now, as we mentioned that a little bit of maybe some storm fronts coming in on the way in. We imagine we'll be fine, all things considered.
Last I checked, it was still northwest of Nashville, so we're all good.
So, but the wind's starting to pick up a little bit here. See if that plays a factor over this last inning or so.
Cyrus Bennett at the plate again. His 4th plate appearance. He had the 2 RBI double single back in the 2nd. Other than that, he's got a ground out and a strikeout. That one will miss for ball 1. Alec Wilson, though, he's been really, really good. He came in the 3rd, has only allowed a few base runners and hasn't allowed any runs yet. He has held the door where it's been needed, but the offense has not answered back. This one high in the air right side, shallow right field. Yano back there, and there is out number 2. So 3 pitches and 2 outs so far for Alec Wilson.
Yeah, he's been efficient. You know, he's had the strikeout stuff working, but he's also played quite a bit to contact, and that's what you want out of relief. You don't want him to throw too many pitches here, especially in the event that you might need him in that Livingston series.
We thought this was going to be a high-scoring affair after those first 2 innings. It has cruised along ever since then, and we are down to 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. C.J. Potter at the plate, and he swings and misses at pitch 1.
Worth pointing out, it looks like Wyatt Curtis is actually warming up down there as well in the event that they might need him. I'm not sure at this point why you would go to him, but Wyatt Curtis is warming up down in the bullpen.
He is warming up. I would imagine we might see him on Saturday if he does not go tonight. That one misses inside from Wilson, goes to 1-1. Yeah, the Bees coming up in the top of the 7th are they're going to have their guys. 2, 3, and 4, Justin Fallon, Kane Shanks, and Chris Worsing. So they're going to have a chance. They need to get it going against Potter on the mound, assuming he comes back out. This one ripped down the line, but a foul ball for strike 2.
Yeah, and for Wyatt Curtis being out there, that could honestly just be him warming up just to get some kind of throws in, because obviously it's been a few days since he's pitched. You don't want him to be too cold going into Saturday.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Potter, who asked for time. Now he steps back in. 2 outs in the inning. Wilson goes 1, 2, 3. Another Birdie's Lounge strikeout, and it is the 6th one of the outing for Alec Wilson. We head to the top of 7. The Bees need at least 2 runs to extend the game. You're watching Upperman Baseball, presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseyschevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Top of the 7th, Upperman down to their final chance here in the top of the 7th. C.J. Potter still on the mound, and it's going to be 2, 3, and 4. Justin Fallon, Kane Shanks, and Chris Worsing. This is exactly who you want at the plate if you're trying to mount a comeback down by 2 runs.
Yeah, it's absolutely who you want up. You've got the heart of the order. These are the guys that you want to try to start a rally with, but you've got to start putting together some good ABs, and you got to do them immediately against Potter, because the last inning, he looked about as dominant as he could have. He was hitting the zone. He was getting guys to expand their zone and chase. So you're looking for guys to be aggressive in the right spots, to be patient in the others, and you've got to get base runners early against him, because otherwise you're talking about a tough loss here after you took an early 3-0 lead.
So C.J. Potter came on in relief of Noah Murphy, who went the first 4 innings of the day. Now Potter coming on to try to relieve in the last 3. Of course, Watertown, if they give up at least 2 runs, would still have a chance in the bottom of the 7th. They're going to try to get out of here before that happens, though. It'll be Justin Fallon, the DH for the Bees, to lead things off here in the top of the 7th. Both of these teams on 3-game winning streaks right now. Watertown will travel to Forest tomorrow. Upperman will travel to CPA in Nashville on Saturday. More so Brentwood, but they say Nashville.
It's all the same.
That one misses away, and it's 2-0 now on Fallon.
You ever had to drive to Forest?
I've not.
It is out there.
I believe it.
It is. I had to go out there 2 years ago for York baseball and Substate. And it is basically Narnia.
2-0, swung on and missed. It's 2-1. Foul tipped into the net. Yeah, it's down by closer to Moore County, isn't it?
I believe so. It's
direction, at least.
It is a cool baseball field setup. It's really, really a cool complex, but it's a long drive.
Yeah, we get deeper into the playoffs, we're going to be traveling.
Oh yeah.
2-2 here to Fallon at the plate. Here it comes from Potter. Breaking ball, called strike 3 on the inside corner, and 1 gone in the inning. Fallon on the day. Singled in that first inning, but since then, a couple of strikeouts and a pop-out. Now Caden Shanks will be coming to the plate with 1 out. He flew out to left his last time up. The wind is blowing out. Just a little bit, not super hard. Breaking ball will miss away. Shanks definitely has home run power. This is a big field, but they're used to that in Baxter. That one misses inside, 2-0. Potter got behind against Fallon, 2-0, came back and was able to get the strikeout looking. Now he's behind 2-0 to Shanks. And that one's high in the air. Shallow, right side of the infield. And the catch will be made for the second out by Bo Price, or what we think is Bo Price. There's been a few changes.
Certainly a little bit of an adventure on that fly ball, or on that pop-up. I think the wind might have played with that one as he had to make a last-second adjustment to catch it. But down to your last out now with the Bees. Now you're just trying to fight to keep the game alive.
Bees scored 3 runs in the first. They have not gotten close since then. 5 runs in the second by Watertown, and now the Bees are down to their final out. Chris Worsing at the plate. That one misses away 1-0.
Well, a lot of it is a credit to Watertown's pitching staff. Noah Murphy really settled in after that first inning, and C.J. Potter has just been dominant since coming in relief.
Misses outside on both of them, and it goes to 2-0. Chase Young, a couple of nice picks behind the plate. Potter trying to close this one out in relief. Here comes the 2-0. That one is going to be down for a hit for Chris Worsing. A 2-out single and a base runner aboard for the Bees.
And just like that, that brings the tying run to the plate in the form of Alec Wilson, who's got a little bit of power in his own right. So you got a chance with one swing to maybe get this game tied up. But right now, the mindset, the approach has got to be simple, smooth swings. You're just trying to keep the line moving and get on base.
So 2 outs in the inning, and Alec Wilson at the plate. Had singled his last time up. He's got 2 singles. He's 2 for 3 with a run driven in. That'll be a called strike. Alec Wilson has been great on the mound in relief of Chris Worsing, who stands on first base. He's going to try to do something with his bat here. Breaking ball, called strike in the inside corner. It's 0-2.
And that's just a tough pitch to take as a hitter there. That's off speed, that it looks like it's going to hit you, and then it dives back into the zone. A really good pitch by Potter.
Potter trying to get out of it. Runner on first base. The Bees down to their final strike. The 0-2 misses away in the dirt. 1-2. Wilson, he is giving some really good battles at the plate. He's not going to go down easily.
And he's got a couple of hits. He's driven in a couple of runs. He's had a good game at the plate, and that's something that you can build on for Coach Shanks. That's a bat you really wanted to see get going. He's had a couple good games this week.
2 outs. The 1-2 from Potter. That one spiked. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner on first base for the Bees. Tying run at the plate. 5-3 lead for Watertown. Trying to pick up a big non-district victory. That one misses away, gets behind. Worsing will take second base and into scoring position. And now 3-2 to Wilson with 2 outs.
Now, I almost have to wonder if you're Potter here. I'd imagine you'll go after Wilson aggressively here, but I almost have to wonder if maybe you pitch him differently, knowing that you've dominated the matchup with Yano on deck. Maybe you instead choose to face him with a couple bases open and take your chances with him as opposed to Wilson here, who's got a couple good swings on you.
Here comes the payoff. Misses away. It is a walk. And runners on first and second. The go-ahead run now coming to the plate in the form of Juju Yano. And you mentioned it. He has struggled tonight. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. And now Coach Shanks is going to make a change on the base paths as Alec Wilson will come off. Somebody will come on and run for him. Might be Caden Holroyd or Braden Green.
Looks like it's going to be Braden Green.
It is going to be Braden Green.
And now we talked about it, Jacob. This is one of those interesting spots here, especially in a place where nobody would expect it. You're struggling at the plate for your Juju Yano. Maybe this is where you drop a bunt down the third baseline, see if you can just work your way on, because it looks like you're at about medium depth at the third right now. Maybe you're able to drop a bunt down, load the bases up, give Carson Shoup a chance with that tying run in scoring position to maybe get this game tied up.
The tying run stands on first base. Braden Green needs to score to extend this ball game. 2 outs in the inning. Juju Yano at the plate. He's 0 for 3. He has struggled at the plate in the last 4 games or so. First pitch in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. He has struck out his last 2 times to the plate. The 0-1. Breaking ball. Misses. It's 1-1.
The other thing, if you're Yano here, Potter's kind of started to lose that command a little bit after the Worsing single. He got ahead of Wilson and then just couldn't put him away. Be patient here. Force him to come to you and foul off some tough pitches.
1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch from Potter. Left side. That is through. Worsing at third base is going to be held up. The bases are going to be loaded with 2 outs. And Carson Shoup will come to the plate. A big single by Juju Yano to keep the batters coming.
Keep the line moving. Exactly what Juju Yano does there. Gets a ball that's a little bit inside. He gets his hands through it, gets the barrel to the ball. A barrel that's got to feel good for Yano after the offensive struggles of the last week or so. That's a hit that you hope, if you're Upperman, gets him going. Now Carson Shoup, one of your hottest hitters of late. You've got a chance to tie this game up potentially with him.
Carson Shoup been aboard twice today. A single and a hit by pitch. He flew out to left his last time up.
And with Yano's speed, if you put one in the gap here, you could be talking about clearing the bases.
We're going to have a visit to the mound here with 2 outs and bases loaded. Going to bring the infield in, talk it over. And Carson Shoup going to be at the plate. So a little bit of late game heroics possibly for Shoup. Obviously, he's still got to go to the bottom of the 7th, no matter what. If the Bees were able to plate 2 runs, a base hit, you feel pretty good about doing so. You've got Brain Green on second base. Chris Worsing at third. Going to need a pretty good base hit to get Brain Green around to score 2 bags. It's a good outfield with a lot of speed and good arms. 2 outs here in the inning, so you're going on contact no matter what.
And that's what I was going to say. That's the one thing that works in your favor is with 2 outs, you know the moment you hear the crack of the bat, you're going. You're not worried about where that ball is. If you're Braden Green at second, you're looking at Shanks at third, and you're picking him up the entire way. And theoretically, if you're running hard the whole way, if a ball gets down out there, you'd like to imagine with his speed, you're scoring from second. And again, with Juju Yano's speed over at first, you hit a ball in the gap here that gets down and gets to the wall, you could be talking about all 3 runs scoring and you taking a lead. But the main thing here for Shoup, you don't want to help Potter out. He struggled with his command. You want to make him earn it here.
There was the first pitch to Carson Shoup, swinging at it and fouls it off. It's 0-1. Bases loaded here in the top of the 7th. The Bees trail by 2, 5-3. Have not scored since that first inning. Haven't had a runner at third base until this inning, since the first. Comes the 0-1. Breaking ball, fouled off, and it's 0-2, and the Bees down to their final strike again.
That's a pair of good swings by Shoup. It's swings that you'll live with like that. He's not over swinging. He's making solid contact here. Just got to straighten it out a little bit, and if you can get a line drive down, you could be talking about 2 runs.
0-2. Potter out of the windup. Here it is. Right side, shallow right, getting back there, and the catch is made to end the ball game by the first baseman, Zeb Major, and Watertown wins it 5-3. What a win for the Purple Tigers.
Yeah, what a game by these 2 teams as well. Just a great baseball game there. A good battle by Potter there to battle out of the bases-loaded jam. Good swing by Carson Shoup. Had the right idea trying to shoot it to the opposite field. Wasn't able to get enough of it. Watertown comes out with a win thanks to a really good pitching performance from Noah Murphy and C.J. Potter.
So a 5-3 win for Watertown in this one as they're going to improve to a really good 17-4 on the year. Upperman falls to 14-9, and we'll get ready to face CPA on Saturday. Here are some of the final stats for Upperman. 3 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors in the field. Watertown, 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors in the field. For Upperman at the plate, Chris Horsing was 2 for 3 with a run driven in and a run scored. Alec Wilson was 2 for 3 with 2 runs driven in, and rookie Allison 2 for 3 in the ball game. On the mound for the Bees, it was Chris Horsing getting the start. He'll get the loss today. Alec Wilson was really great in relief. 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. On the other side for Watertown, had a couple of good days at the plate. Potter was 2 for 3 with a run driven in, and Brett Price was 2 for 3, or Bo Price, I beg your pardon, was 2 for 3 with a run driven in and a run scored. On the mound, Noah Murphy getting the win. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. C.J. Potter came on in relief, and really good relief appearance. 3 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. This is the South Willow Auto Clinic post-game show. Rusty, who are you going with for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Noah Murphy. I thought that after that first inning, he really settled in. And that first inning could have been astronomically worse than it was, and Upperman could have taken a bigger lead going into the second. But I thought that Murphy really settled down. He trusted his defense to make plays behind him, which they did. And he made his pitches. He hit his spots. He got Upperman off balance. That helped C.J. Potter when he came in, and you got a little bit of a different arsenal, a different arm slot as well. Helped kind of keep them off balance. And let's be real, Jacob, as a freshman to come in for your first start and have to pitch against that Upperman team, that's a really gutsy outing. So I'm going to go with Noah Murphy, the way he stuck with it after that after that first inning. He was really solid.
5-3 win for Watertown. They'll go to Forest tomorrow, and again, it's a really good Watertown team as they